Hi everybody, it's Travis with Game Show Studio, and you have clicked on this tutorial wondering how to operate the massive new project that is Press Your Luck Wizard Edition. First of all, thank you for the purchase, or hopeful purchase, if you're watching this before you buy it. This was being asked for a long time. Something that people could customize their own Press Your Luck experience. Either it be 2 rounds or 3 rounds, but they wanted their own prizes, they wanted their own board layouts, they wanted everything themselves. So I set out to do it, and this is the project. So let's get right into it, and I'll show you what I made. So first off, in the folder, the download, this is what you're going to receive. You're going to get 3 exe files, a builder, a control panel, and a game. This is for the super side. This order will contain both super, the 4-player variant, and the classic 3-player variant. I'm just going to show you the super. Everything for classic is the same, except for instead of 4 players in 3 rounds, it's 3 players in 2 rounds. So you'll get exe files, which are PC compatible for the builder, the control panel, and the game. You'll also get 3 SWF files. These are Mac compatible. So if you have a Macintosh computer, I also include a link to download the Mac engine to go with it to open and run the SWF files. You'll have full access to that. As well as 2 PDFs. One, the rules Bible, so you know how to play and what all the special squares mean. A control panel operations guide, which this is probably the longest, the second longest, actually no, the third longest manual I've written, price being the longest, machine being the second longest, this one being the third. And also 3 other folders. I'll go one at a time. First, the sound effects. I did make it part of the experience where you can customize your own sound effects given specific events in the game, and there are 19 events in the game that get their own sound effect. Blast, and all these are in MP3 format, by the way. The first is blast. This is for when the whammy blaster is hit. That is a square that eradicates all your whammies. Board.mp3, that's just the sound of the board spinning. Buzzin.mp3, that is the sound of somebody buzzing in during the question round. Closing theme, when you end the show, that's that music. Ding, so if somebody that earns a spin in the question round. Game over is, as soon as you click end game, it's the closing fanfare when a winner is declared. Intro music is the initial low beat. I'll explain it once we get into game operation. Multi-ball award and multi-ball hit and multi-ball spin. Multi-ball award is the sound effect that triggers when you award one of the 3 squares that multi-ball hits. Multi-ball hit is the sound that triggers when you award the multi-ball to the player, not the individual, but when you activate it. And then multi-ball spin is the unique board spin sound effect for it. Let's see, we have opening theme, which kicks in after the intro. Pass, which is passing spins to another player. Prize music, that is the music when you're recapping the prizes for the winner. Cue buzzer, that is the time's up sound effect in the question round. Starman hit and Starman spin. The hit is when it is activated. The spin is the specific sound effect for the board during a Starman. Steal is for $1,000 steal. Whammy hit is when the whammy is activated, and then whammy pop is when it pops out of the desk. So again, 19 sound effects, all of which customizable, so long as you have them in MP3 format. You can replace them, keep them the same file names. My suggestion, create a folder that says archive and save those, so that way you do have the ones that I provided and you're not overwriting. All right, that's the sound effects folder. Then the boards folder. So there's a lot of stuff going on in here. Several text files and an Excel file, which I don't have Excel on this specific computer that I'm using, so that's why it's grayed out. Baseslides.txt. This was basically just a blank text file that shows what the builder output would be with nothing in it. That was basically just an example file. Test prizes, again, just for my records. These 2 files probably will not be included. I'll probably get rid of those before they go in the shop. These two you will get though. SPYL Master Prize Manifest, sort alphabetically and sort by price. In a moment, I'm going to open one. This is the list of every prize that I currently have a record for and a graphic for that we've been using for the past few weeks in testing. So the sort alphabetical, it's a lot of information. I'll explain it as we go. So each line of the manifest has the name of the graphic less the .jpg. So the top line says 3 Cadillacs. In the middle is the price of that item, and then on the far right is a short description of that prize, because once a prize is hit, the user on the control panel side will see what a short description of the prize is, and this will always also carry over into the prize recap at the end of the game for the game winner. This is, I want to say, 300 prizes long, maybe a little bit more. And then this list is also the same on the other side. It's just sorted by price. So if you want to split it like into 3, put some into round 1, put some into round 2, put some into round 3, you can absolutely do that. Now that's just the master manifest. That shows you every prize available in the game. The other two are the game folders. It's where you're going to save your boards. So I'll go into a sample game, and you see we have 8 text files here. R0, R1, R2, and R3, and each has prizes and slides. So in each file, in the slides file is the full board setup for that round, and then the prizes is the master list of prizes specifically for that round, stacked in the order they're going to come up. For instance, let me go into round 1 prizes. So the first prize that's going to appear on the board is out of 1, then Las Vegas, then the trip to Key Biscayne, then the Lounger. Now, wherever they are on the board, that's where you're going to see that prize. Let's say, take for example, square 10 on a lot of boards has 3 prizes in it. Whatever one the first one is, let's say it's going to be video recorder, graphic, and home computer. You'll see the video recorder pop up when the board loads in before it starts spinning, and then the next prize in line, you'll see San Diego, because square 10 has 3 different prize lists in it. Those prize lists are pulling from the master manifest for the round, so however you want them to stack, that's where they're going to come up. In terms of the board, so this is in the slides file, you see there's a lot going on. Each slide has its own line that the software will basically parse into an array, determine what type of square it is, if there's money associated with it, and if there is money, what color it is, if there's a whammy associated with it, if it's a prize, what list is it pulling from, and if it is a special, or in this case, if it is a wild card. And I'll explain that when I'm explaining the builder. So yeah, there's a lot happening here, but stick with me. The round 0, so the R0 prizes and slides, that's for the show intro. So as fans of the show know, the intro to the game, when the announcer brings in the host, they load the board. It's basically a dummy board, so that way the host can demonstrate a spin. It's not a board that's played. It differs very greatly from round 1. So I've given you the capability to build your own round 0 specifically for that host spin. The prize manifest only has as many prizes in it as there are prize lists. And again, we'll get to that once we get into the builder. And then finally, the graphics folder. Now, I did mention as part of the Etsy listing, you can customize your own graphics. Specifically, you can customize your own backgrounds, your own logo, the board center logo, your own prize graphics, and your own whammies. So I'll go through those one at a time. So first of all, the whammies. There are 3 different things you have to concern yourself with whammies in Super Press. Not so much Classic, but in Super. So the whammy slides on the board, first of all. So whammy 1 through whammy 10 are traditional, classic, standard yellow background whammies, or whatever picture you want to use. Please use all 10, because the program if it is a standard whammy, is going to randomize a number from 1 to 10 and display that picture. That picture will change every spin. It re-randomizes. In this version of Press, there are two new whammy types, and it is cash and prize, meaning if you hit this whammy, it's only going to take your cash, leaving your prizes behind. With this one, it will take only your prizes, leaving only your cash behind. So two new rules, at least one new rule that you're seeing, and two new whammy types to allow for that. You can change those graphics as well. Just make sure the file name is whammy cash, all in caps with the CASH, and whammy prize, with prize being all in caps, both .jpg files. All the slide graphics, and this will go for the prizes as well, have to be 170 by 170 resolution. It doesn't matter what your DPI is, so long as it's 170 by 170 square, it will fit exactly within the slide, with the center 150 by 150 being the visible space. For the whammy cards that pop up out of the desk, you can customize those as well. And those are Wham Pop 1 through 5. Again, for Classic Press, it's just going to be 1 through 4. And then the third whammy type for Super Press are the Whammy Out cards, which is the sixth whammy of the game. And that is Wham Out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those have a different resolution. They are 406 by 198 because they will come up and block the contestant's scoreboard. So, and will show that they are out of the game. The Whammy pop-up cards are resolution 75 by 81. So, because they're smaller graphics because they're coming out of the desk. Background files. You only need two. One is the base red background, basically the default. So you're going to see that at the top of the show and during every spin round. And then the QBG, which will only be visible during the question rounds. At the top of the show, when the demo board loads in, it fades from red to blue, and then transitioning between rounds, it'll fade either from blue to red or, again, red to blue. Both are 1920 by 1080, so it's default 1920 by 1080 HD resolution. And for the backgrounds, again, you only need two. For the logo, you need 4 graphics. You see 5, but you only need 4. The 4 are logo full, which is fully lit. You have logo dark, which is only the frame lit, and the logo is dark. And then you have logo 1 and logo 2. These are 2 steps in the animation process. So the show opens with the logo dark, and then it would light 1, 2, full. That's what the program's going to read, and they're going to read them in that order. As for logo frame, I had it in there because I thought I was going to do something with it, and now it's just kind of there. Also, I did create an archive for this one because these logo files, well, everything is set to 680 by 510 resolution. In the archive are these same files at full 100%, so going full side to side. These are set at 98%, so you got a little bit of space around the edges of the logos. I prefer these, that's why I'm going to use these, at least on my board. So that's the logo. Background we've discussed, now the prizes. So in here, 325 different prizes, and each of these, again, are 170 by 170. They are all .jpg. The logos, by the way, are .png because they have to have a transparent background. The prizes are all .jpg, and they're all 170 by 170, and as you can see, you're starting with a lot of them. And you might see, like, we have different cash prizes, but I have 6 different currencies. Sorry, 5 different currencies. I can use dollars, yen, euro, pound sterling, and no currency symbol at all, so you're just playing for points. When you're building your prize manifest, each of these does have a different name. So like the double your bucks in a spin is double bucks. Then there's double euros, double points, double pounds, double yen. So just make sure that you know what currency you're in. Or if you want to have a laugh and play a dollar board and then it's double your yen in a spin, you can do that too. It's just going to double their score. The program doesn't do a currency converter, basically is what I'm saying. So yeah, you're getting a lot of prizes to start. There are several that are test prizes 1 through 10. Those you will see come up in the builder. But so please do not get rid of those. They're there for the builder's sake because they're reading out of the same folder. All right. That's it for the customization part, like what you can change: sound effects, backgrounds, board logos, prizes, whammies. It's a lot. It's again, this is stuff that people have asked me for. It was going to take a while to build, and now you get to build it yourself. So let's get into the meat of it, and let's build a board together. So the builder is going to take you basically step by step, box by box, slide by slide. What you should do before you come into this builder is plan out what the layout of your board is going to be, what goes in each box, and then what order they should be in when the box initially loads in. Everything gets shuffled up, but everything has to be in one order when you initially load in the board. So I've had my Discord design a board for me, specifically Hunter, who's one of my debuggers. So he's designed me a board that we're going to build together. Okay. So in square one, he has set up all cache. So what we're going to do is we're going to put cache in each one of these. As you can see, it comes up as cache slide at $0 because there's no money in it yet. So in the builder, do not put in a currency symbol. The builder defaults to $, so that way you can see sizing to see what it looks like. So he has given me 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000. This is a round 2 board. Now, I could just put these in, but it's going to have this black background. We don't want that. So we're going to give everything a color. To do that, you've got 12 colored options to pick from for each cache square and for the wildcards. So what I'm going to do here, red is 4,000 is going to be red, 5,000 is going to be dark green, classic, and then the 6,000 I'm going to make purple. In order to see what they look like, you'll click test slide, and you'll see that they will pop in to the main slide. As soon as you are happy with that, if it looks good, you can move on. If you're not happy with it, this has to be done first before you can move on. You can click the X, it resets that specific one, and you can do something else. So we're going to put this right back in, 5,000 in green, and we'll look at it. Okay, we're good. So I'm happy with these. I'm going to click lockbox, and we're going to move on. Square number 2 is going to be cache, cache, and a prize. So let me do the 2 cache slides first. 1,500 and 4,000. 15 is going to be light blue. We're going to make 4,000 yellow. Now, prize list. For the prize list, any one board can have no more than 10 prize slides. 10 prize slides out of 54. So out of 54 possibilities, 10 of them can be prizes. So the program is going to look to see what prize list you're pulling from, because when it loads in the board, it builds those lists. So for this one, it's easier to just go in order. So this one is going to be prize list number 1. We'll set it. It'll show here prize 1. Your number 1 lights up here. That's the test prize that we saw in the prizes folder. When this is lit up, you know you're using list 1, so you can't really use it again. You shouldn't use it again, or else you get duplicates. You get duplicate prizes on the board at the same time. 1,500, 4,000, and a prize. Looks good. We'll lock the box and move on. Number 3, we're looking at another cache, and a whammy this time. So, first one is 1,500, and then we're going to go 6,000, and then the whammy. So, this is where you get to select your whammy type. Do you want the standard, do you want the cache, do you want the prize? I'm going to stay with the standard. This is where the builder defaults. It defaults to the standard. And then we might change it further down the line. So square 3, 1,500, 6,000, and the whammy. We're happy here. We'll lock the box and move on. Now we're at 4. This is all cache and a spin, and it's all big. So we're going to go cache plus spin. There is no way to add additional or more than one spin to a square. The code will not allow for it. And any cash plus spin is only plus one spin, just so you know. We are going to go big money in this one. So 10,000, 12,500, and we'll go 15,000. So we'll go dark green here. We'll go dark blue here, and we'll go dark gray here. We'll test, we'll test, we'll test. Now you see, because the value is over 5 figures, the comma automatically populates. Anything that is 4 figures and down does not get a comma, but anything that is 5 figures and higher gets commas in the proper place. So we got 10, 12, 5, and 15. So again, when you're entering the numbers, do not enter your own currency punctuation. The program will take care of that for you. So 10, 12, 5, and 15, we're happy there. We'll lock the box and move on. Number 5 is cash, a prize, and a whammy. This one is going to be a cash whammy, though. 2,500, and we're going to put him in light blue. This is going to be prize list number 2. Cash whammy's good. We'll lock the box. Okay, so this is my prize counter. This tells me how many prizes I have on the board, and this tells me what lists I have used. So I've used list 1 and 2. I have a total of 2 prizes on the board. I'm now in box 6, and we're gonna do a couple of specials on this one. So cash, and then 2 specials. So the first cash is 2,000. We're gonna make this magenta. Test it. That works. Okay, now our specials. The first one is go back 2 spaces. Now, go back 2 spaces, advance 2. All the motion squares can literally go anywhere on the board. The code knows where to take it. So with go back 2 spaces in 6, it knows to go to 4. Go back 2 always moves counterclockwise. Advance 2 always moves clockwise. Big bucks, on the other hand, always moves to 4. So wherever big bucks is on the board, it will always shoot to square 4 as its target. And then the other special square in this one is pick a corner. So these 2 special squares, I only have to activate it. I don't need to do anything special to it. These 3 special squares, the steal, the lose a whammy, or the spin again, they do have cash associated with them, and this is like any other cash square. You can put in the value and it sets it to that special. These 15 specials are all permanent fixtures on the board, quite unlike add a 1, double your bucks, and all those. Those are one-time specials. Those are one-time special prizes. So once they're gone, once they're used, they're gone. These will stay on the board. All right, 2,000, go back 2, pick a corner. Box 6 is locked. Moving on to number 7. And this is cash, a prize, and a whammy. And this cash is 2,500. We're going to put this in dark blue. This prize list is going to be number 3, and we're going to keep him as a standard whammy. 2,500 prize and a whammy. We're good there. All right, number 8. Cash. Oh, I'm sorry. This is cash and a spin. So I've already made a mistake here. So I'm going to click the X, go back to the menu, click cash and a spin, which is everything in box 8, and it is 1,500. 2,000 and 2,500. 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. Yep, got that. So this is going to be yellow. We'll do light green here, and we'll do purple here. Test, test, test. I am happy with that. We'll move on to box number 9. We got cash, we got a special, we got a whammy. This one's going to be a prize whammy. The cash is 2,500. A lot of 2,500s on this board. Make this one light gray. The special is move 1 space. So the move 1 space, like the other specials, can go anywhere on the board. And when the control panel awards it, it automatically lights up the 2 next to it as the option. So it will show all 3 when it's awarded. So the move 1 space and the 2 on either side of it. So if the player stops on the move 1 space here in square 9, it will light up 8, 9, and 10, basically centralizing the focus on those squares. Same thing with pick a corner. You could put pick a corner anywhere on the board. It will always light the 4 corners. So if you have pick a corner in 17, you get your choice of all 4 corners. These are good. We'll lock this box and move on to 10. Now 10, this is where the multiple prizes come in, as I explained earlier. So this is all prize. So I've used number 1, number 2, and number 3. So we're just going to go in order 4, 5, and 6. And we'll set it, and set it. 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm using 6 of my prize spots. That's great. We'll lock the box and move on. Now, as you see, my counter went up to 6. I've locked in 6 prizes. Now, for safety's sake, let's say you're this far deep and you want to go back and see what you've already done. Well, you can do that by clicking Step Back. It's going to step you back 1 box at a time and kind of be deliberate about it. So it will only change the slide. The menu buttons will stay the same. They will always stay at menu unless, no, they'll always revert back to menu. So I want to see what I put in 5. So I'm going to step all the way back to 5. Okay, 2,500, that's where my prize list 2 is, and that's where the cash whammy is. So this information and everything else is already locked. So you can keep stepping back forward and it'll keep reloading what you've already put in until you get to the square you need to do. So which in this case is number 11, which we have cash, we've got a special, we've got a whammy. The cash is going to be 4,500, and we'll put it in pink, and the special is advance 2. And again, advance 2 automatically goes 2 clockwise, so 11 would advance to 13. We're happy with that. We'll lock it, move to 12. 12 is cash, it is a whammy, and it is a cash, and it is a special because it is big bucks. All right, cash value in 12 is 1,500. He gets to be red. No, he gets to be dark green because he messes with this. The whole slate, the whole slide is dark green. Okay, we're happy with that. Move to 13. 13 is 2 cash and a prize. And again, you can do these in any order in your box. And you can do your slides in any order. I'm just going from the top of my list down. But they do have to be in some semblance of order when you create your board. All right, I'm in box 13. 4,500 here. This one's 7,500. And this is a prize I've used up through list 6, so we'll do 7. And then test slides. Let's do him in dark blue, and let's do this one in yellow. 45.75 and a prize. Happy there. Moving on. Number 14. Okay, this one is cash. Another move 1 space. And where am I? 14. And a whammy. Okay. He's just going to be standard. Cash in 14 is 6 grand. In magenta. Okay, we're good there. We'll lock it. We'll move on. Number 15. Ooh, here we go. I got a cash, I got a special, and I have a prize. So the cash is 3,000, and he's going to be in light blue. The special is going to be 5,000 or lose a whammy, and then it's a prize, and I've used up to list 7, so this is going to be number 8. Oh, and I got to test this, and that locks it in. Okay, see, I almost messed up. So the 3,000 with the light blue came through. Lose a whammy. It's no longer 2,000 or lose a whammy. It's now any cash value you want. We're going to play 5,000 or lose a whammy, and then prize list number 8. Happy with 15. We'll move on. 16. We got 2 with a spin and a whammy. This one's going to be a prize whammy. The 2 with the spin are 2,500 and 4,500, and it's just going to be yellow and light green. Okay, I'm happy with those. We'll move on to 17. We got cash, and a spin, and we got a prize. So we're basically using the most we can in any of these prizes. We'll lock that in at prize number 9. Cash with a spin is 2 grand. That goes pink. And then this is 1,500. That's going to go yellow. Okay. Looking good here. Last box. Last box is... Ooh, okay. This looks dangerous. 2 with a spin and whammy. And the two with a spin are 2,000 and 3,000. 3,000 goes dark blue, 2,000 will go orange, and we are looking good. So we've used 9 prizes, a lot of cash in the square, a lot of cash on the board. Requisite number of whammies, we're going to lock box 18. Now we're here. This is the board proofing screen. So basically it's going to take everything you just did and give you a preview before you compile the code. If there's a mistake or if there's something you want to change, you click back to box 1, takes you all the way back to the beginning, and then you can shuttle forward to the box you need and just move back forward until you get back here to look at it again. So the first thing you need to do is click load, and this will show you where it is in the process, and then it will automatically load in slide number 1. So whatever you put in slide number 1, it's going to show you. I will show you what happens if you click slide number 1 while you're on slide number 1. Everything kind of gets out of whack. It's understandable. If this happens, you can just click off to a different slide, everything resets, and then you can go back. So this is all of my slide 1s. Everything looks good. This is my slide number 2. Everything looks good here. I see prize list 2 is here, prize list 3 is here. 4 changed to 5 because I've got a few things in there. And then number 3, this is where the rest of my prizes are. So it's 1, 6, 7, 8, and 9, as well as a lot of whammies on this board. This is a good board. I'm excited to play it. So what we're going to do, we'll click compile code. And this is much like all of my other builders. So what you want to do is have a text file open. You'll want to click in here. Also, in your prizes, you'll see, let's take this line, for example. So square 5 underscore slide 2, that's the square in the slide in that square. Prize 2 is the slide type. Goodies 2 is the list that it's going to pull from. Undefined is basically where the prize description is going to lie when it loads in the prize. So anything that comes up undefined on this sheet, ignore it. Everything is fine. The code knows what it's doing. So what we'll do is we'll Control A, we'll copy it. Control A to select all. Control C copies it. We will paste it in, and let me go back to this view so you can see my text file. So I'm just using Notepad. I'm on PC, so I'm using Notepad. If you are on a Mac, you're going to use text edit, and then change it from rich text format to plain text format. You can Google how to do that. So I have this. Text file is ready. We'll save it. Now here's where we're going to save it. Into our game folder, which is Super Pressure Luck Wizard Edition, in the boards, and I'm going to create a new folder. This is going to be, so any new game that you create has to have the word game as the start, capital G, A-M-E, and then anything after it is going to be the board pack number. So you see I've got a couple in here already. One is game 0, that's my sample. One is game Mega Mill. If you tune into our playthrough video, you're going to see the Mega Mill board in action. And then game Discord, because my Discord made this board, I'm going to create that folder. So we'll go into it. Now your file name. If we look back at the tutorial, the builder, it's going to show you 4 different file names that it's looking for: R0, R1, R2, or R3 slides.txt. So this was a round 2 board. So we're going to go back to this one. So this is a round 2 board. I'm going to name it lowercase r 2, and it's going to be capital S-L-I-D-E-S, and the .txt is automatic. So that's a board saved. So this board is ready to play. Alright, so that's the builder. It does, I will admit, it is a bit complicated. There's a lot happening. So thank you guys for sticking around. Now, that's how to build a board. Let me show you how to actually run the game. So those of you that have bought Pressure Luck before and have played my copy, my version of Pressure Luck, basically know how to operate the board. I've changed a few very important things that I want to make everybody very aware of. So for Super Press, and again, Classic Press is only 3 players in 2 rounds. I'm going to demonstrate Super Press because it is 1 round more involved. So what you'll do, the first thing I'll do is put in everybody's names. Ideally, you'd want everything in all caps. So Ed, Michael, Janie, Peter. Those are the names we're going to go with. Discord also built me another board earlier. I'm going to find that one real quick. Stand by for me. So our my Discord, my debugger Hunter created a full 2-round game. He did create another board. I have it saved somewhere else. I just have to locate it. So that way we can I can show you round 1 loading in and a demo board, and especially, well, the demo board that we just created you've seen. So what we'll do, I will skip this for the moment, and then we'll just do game board setup pack 0. So this is the sample one that already exists. It's like a cooking show. This one was already in the oven. Once you have this, now you can select your currency. Do you want the $, the pound sterling symbol, the yen, the euro? The red X means you're playing for points. There's not going to be a currency symbol come up whatsoever. So we're going to default. It doesn't default to anything. It defaults to points. But you need to click one of these and select a currency to move on. So as you see on the slate where it says board pack, it's currently a blank line because it's waiting for you to click one of these. We're going to be a little wild. We're going to play in British pound sterling. So if you click any one of these 4, the currency symbol will come into this frame to show you on this side that you've clicked something. On the game screen side, you see the 0 come up, so it's reading this information. If you click the X, nothing will come up here, but the board pack number will still show up on the slate. So that tells you that they are communicating. Everything's going to be fine. From here, click Show Open. So the music doesn't start immediately. Music takes about 3 or 4 seconds to start because it's waiting on that demo board to get loaded in. Once it's loaded in, you see the Corona starts cycling, the music starts, then you can click Open Show, and everything will get started from there. See, the board loads in, the background fades, and then it starts spinning. The music is playing, you're just not hearing it. And then you're ready to end the host introduction and click Stop Lights. That stops the music, stops the lights, it steadies the board. For the host to take their demo spin, you click Host Spin, puts the board in motion, and when they say stop, stops the board. That was not a great result. All right, once the demo spin's over, you'll go into question round 1. Now for this one, the players will be on their buzzers. Their keystrokes are as normal across all my software. Shift 1, 2, 3, and 4 on a US keyboard. So the punctuation marks they're looking for are the exclamation point, the @ symbol, the pound sign or hashtag, and the $sign. Those are the 4 that are looking for. So international keyboards have a different layout. Those are the 4 punctuation marks that your game is looking for. Everybody starts with 0, clearly. When somebody buzzes in, their frame will light up on the contestant island. They'll light up pink here. If they get the answer correct, you'll click correct. Whoever buzzed in will change to green. Whoever answers correctly on a multiple choice, as you see here, will change to blue. Then you can blink correct. Everybody that answered correct will flash on the game screen, and then you award spins. Anybody that's blue gets 1 spin. Anybody that's green gets 3, so just like this. And then we'll clear the buzz. Now for the final question of the round, let's say this is a similar scenario where it's 1, 1, 1, and 3. So this is the final question. You're going to the big board after this. Leave everything lit. What you'll do is you'll click End of Round. You'll see the island flies out, and once the island lands, your buzzer's reset, and it clears, and it sets you up for the game and for the next question round. So you have to click End Round. It does 2 things. It flies out the island, but then it loads in the round 1 board. So once that board is loaded in, you can click Spin Round 1. Now the spin is silent until you click Start Round. Then the Corona settles, is fully lit, and then the spin sound starts. In order to take a spin, you'll put a player in control. They will use their buzzers again to stop the board. If you want to stop it for them, they have to be in control, and then you can click stop, which stops the board. Glad I stopped here. On a motion square, be it big bucks, move one space, whatever, click it first, and for big bucks it has a destination, so the light is going to move, and then the destination comes up, and you'll have to award it again. So this is 4,000, score goes here, and then if you look at the game screen, the lower section, let me see if I can pull that up right here. So the lower section has everybody's scores, just like that. And then on the contestant island control on the control panel, if you click show, it shows everybody's score with the currency mark. So you see 4,000, one spin remaining. Anytime their spins get to 0, they will blank out on the game screen. You will still see a 0 on the control panel, but the game screen will not have that 0. If the contestant island is up and they want to spin again, you can just click press. It automatically hides it until they stop the board. And this is 500 to spin. They're going to keep going. And this, okay, so they've hit a prize. Let me go back to that. So they've hit the Blu-ray recorder. On the control panel side, it's got the short description and the value. So what you'll do is you'll click it to award it. Center of the board shows the slide and the value, and then it refills it. So what you're going to want to do is wait until a prize is fully awarded and the center clears before giving them the next spin. Takes about 3 to 4 seconds to do that. So Ed's at 54.64. So right now, I can immediately skip to the next round without formally ending the round. If I do that, everyone's going to keep their spins and keep their score into the next round. We can do that, that's fine. So, which I will. So you don't have to do this. Once everybody's spins are exhausted, which let me set everybody at 0, and to manually reset spins, put whatever spin number they get into the totalizator, and then click whether it goes into earned or passed for that player. I'm going to set everybody at 0. Once it sees everybody's at 0, this automatically populates. If you're not in the final round, you'll get the end of round button. If you are in the final round, you'll get end game. If it is a case where 3 players are playing against, 3 players are fully whammied out, and you got 1 player against the house, the end of round button will come up after every spin they decide to take. If it is a case that the 4th player whammies out, you will automatically be able to end the game. The problem is, if you end the game from this point in the software, you've got to shuttle through all the way to the end, which is a very difficult journey. But we will do that. So all the spin rounds basically are the same. If you want to change players' scores, click Score Correction. This little window comes up. It allows you to adjust their cash and their prize total. Now, you can adjust their prizes. You can adjust the prize total. You can even adjust the total that's in the big bank. The big bank will automatically start and reset to $5,000. That's the default value. Everything that's whammied goes to the big bank, and if a player hits the big bank, they get everything in it, and the bank resets to $5,000. So, standard big bank rules. Once you have scores set, let's give Janie 12,500. Let's give Michael 1,000, and let's give Peter 2,350. Once your scores are set here, and again, the totaling happens on its own when you adjust a number, this automatically increments. So I'm going to reset that to 0. Once you're happy here, you click confirm all scores. The scores get reset, and again, they are reset on the game screen as well. Once you're happy, you can click end of round. Board will start spinning, background will fade, click question round 2. In the following question rounds after rounds 1 and 2, so the question rounds 2 and 3, you click this button at the top. Now what this does is it settles the lights and brings the island back up. Now anybody that's hit any whammies in previous rounds, those whammies will come with it, so you'll see those whammies on the desk. If there are no whammies, nothing will come up. And then you can shuttle all the way up to, round 3. I'll deal out some spins, just like this. We'll click end of round. So the only way the board gets loaded in for the next round is by clicking end of round. That ends the question round and readies for the spin, which means that's the only thing that's going to load the board. Click spin round 3, we'll start the round. And this is where things in round 3, depending on the prizes you've picked, may get a little complicated. So Michael's going to be in control of that because he's got the lowest score. I'm going to show you a little trick. So I naturally stopped on 7,500. I don't want that because I'm not going to demonstrate that. I can use this grid to click any square on the board, in which case I'm going to click square 10, which is currently showing the multi-ball. Multi-ball, the player who lands on it will get up to 3 based on their current spin total. So if their current spin total is 3 or more, 3 spins will be in the multi-ball. Anything less than the rest of their spins will be in the multi-ball. In that, it's normal pressing, so you'll click press. They just get 3 squares at a time. When they stop, they get a separate award section. Whammies have no effect, so you can just click that and it'll flash. You can award these in any order. Cash gives them the cash. Cash plus spin gives them an extra spin. So if they get multiple cash plus spins in a multi-ball, they will end up getting more spins. Then they're going to lose. So if they hit 2 plus a spin, they've actually earned an additional, not just the one back. They get 1 extra. You'll see. Hopefully, you'll see the math come up. So he's going to take another spin in the multi-ball. Ooh, fun. All right. So I have a motion space. I'll come to that at the end. So they've got 2 prizes. One is the 1,000 ounces of silver. That goes into their bank. And again, wait until the prize fully fills in before you go to the next one. 5,000 in final spin, and I'm really glad I hit that one too. And then move 1 space, which lights up everything that they have as selection, and your bar here will say waiting on selection. Do not use this grid if you're in the multi-ball. Use this one. So they're going to take the 3750, which populates in the button. I click it again, and it awards it. And I've discovered a bug. Great, the tutorial, we've discovered a bug. Thankfully, I'm doing this before I launch. So once you get the software, this bug will be out of it entirely. So we'll keep pressing in the multi-ball. All right, they've got cash, and they've got a prize. Okay, and then once they're out of the multi-ball, you see the background change back into basic and everything from there. So I'm going to set everybody at 0. And once a player goes to 0, their control disappears. They lose control of the game. So they can ask to spin, but as you see, as soon as I set Michael to 0, his control went away. But he did earn the final spin in the multi-ball. The program knows he earned the final spin. The bulb should light. In a normal spin, the bulb will light up. This bulb right here will light up white. It actually did, I believe, on the game screen. So in Michael's area, you see that little white dot next to his name tag. That tells the host that he has the final spin of the game. So this is the bug I get to fix. Not live television, because this is all pre-recorded. So this button popped up, award final spin, meaning they know he's got the final spin, so we'll click it. It immediately puts him back in control with 1 spin. He's going to choose to pass, which you can, if you click pass and there's not a tie for destination, that spin will automatically move. If there is a tie for the destination player to receive the spin, click their name tag. That's who's going to receive the earned spins. In this case, he passed to Janie because Janie's in 2nd place. Oddly specific for this setup. So she has to take 1 spin. We'll press it out. We will click stop. She'll get 6250. It's not nearly enough. So clicking end game will end the game. As you see, the game screen went back to the island to show the final score for the winner, which is 98,264. The final spin fanfare plays, or the end game plays. Then you click prize recap. One thing I forgot to discuss on this screen, e-stop. If the board is spinning and either no one's in control or the player has gone back on their decision to press, they instead want to pass, you can click e-stop. It stops the board without awarding a square, kills the sound, kills the spin, kills everything. It just stops it dead. And then that player can pass their spin if they want. Or, anytime that you need to e-stop E for emergency. I come from the world of theme parks. I spent 4.5 years working in a theme park. So E-stop means emergency stop. If you need to stop the board for any reason, click E-stop, stops the board without awarding a square. Okay, end of game. We have a winner declared. We'll click prize recap. So the fanfare music plays in the background. And as you see, everybody's prize list has been populated based on what they've won in the course of the game. The big bank, if there's anything in the big bank, it will tabulate. It will show you everything that's there. Ed ended up with the disc recorder, $964. The cash total is $4,500. So this gives you a breakdown that will allow you to do a similar to Rod Roddy style announcement of what they've won in the game. So, for instance, for Michael, he's won 1,000 ounces of silver and the portable photo booth. Those prizes total 40,469 pounds, coupled with the 57,795 pounds in cash, gives him a grand total of 98,264. And again, this the prize recap in terms of currency and financial punctuation is the same as the slides. Commas not in 4 digits or fewer, but in 5 digits or more, commas are automatically placed. So that's it. Once you do the prize recap, you can click End Theme, which will fully end the show. It'll run the board, it'll run the Corona, it'll play the end theme until you click Game Info. Stops the music, goes back here, and you can play the game again. So one thing I wanted to show you, a new feature. I believe I put it on this board. I think I did. Let's give some spins out, just like this. We'll end the round. Just like that. I think it's, yes, it is on this board. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you the gameplay. Look. Put somebody in control, and I'm going to stop the board. No, we'll start the round first. Then I'm going to stop the board. Not on Las Vegas. I'm going to stop it here. This is the insurance policy. This is a new feature of this version of the software. If somebody hits an insurance policy, they're insured against the next whammy hit. Now, to award it, you just click insurance policy. Let me come back to the control screen and just click insurance policy. Their name tag will go blue. That tells the host and the player that they have insurance. Whatever the next whammy they hit, they're protected from. And it does show up on their name tag on the lower strip and on the contestant island. Their name tag is blue everywhere. If by some chance they spin and they do hit a whammy, that was natural. Let's come back to the control screen. You'll click this button. This button will always come up whether somebody has insurance or not. If you click this button, it resets their insurance, takes away the spin, but they do not hit the whammy. They do not incur the penalty. The only thing they lose is the spin. Insurance policy is basically acting as a single spin Starman. They're safe from the whammy until they hit one, and then they're back to it again. The trick is you can only hold one insurance policy at a time. So if somebody hits insurance policy while they're insured, you can award it, their name tag stays blue. Nothing additional happens. They can only hold one insurance policy at a time. Now, if they lose it and then hit insurance policy again later in the game, sure, they get another one because they're not currently holding one. So that's a little bit of a rule change for this version. A couple of the other special squares in this game are change places, which will swap name tags. So if I hit change places on player 1, they have the option of who they want to change with. Let's say they're in the lead. They don't have to change with anybody. They can say, well, I'm going to change places with myself. Great, you change places with yourself. Anyone else is going to change places with the leader. So change places is not optional if you're not in second, if you're not in the lead. If you are in the lead, it's fully optional. But that's it. That is basically the full rundown of what happens in this new Wizard edition of Press Your Luck. The next video coming out, we're going to tape this tomorrow. This is Wednesday pre-launch. The next video to come out is going to be the playthrough that my Discord and I are going to do. We're going to play a full 3-round game on the Mega Mill board, and you're going to see basically the full nuttiness that the Wizard Edition of Press Your Luck is going to bring to you. And again, this package includes both the Super, so the 4-player variant, and the Classic, the 3-player variant. This was a lot of work. This took a lot of work, a lot of brain power, and 2 members of my Discord constantly looking at it, debugging it, and me constantly fixing it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we'll have new projects soon. Thanks for watching.